Hi!
Welcome back.
This is English for Specific Purposes Level A2. We are your hosts. I am Mr. Carter and
I am Miss Sophie. Today we are going to talk about media again. But before that, let's look at our agenda. Today we will start with a little introduction. After that, we will have vocabulary related to media, which will be followed by reading related to media.
after our reading activity, we will have a grammar activity relating to the order of adjectives. After that, a quick summary, and finally, a little bit of homework.
გამარჯობა. მე სოფო ვარ, ეს კი მისტერ კარტერია. დღეს ჩვენი მეორე გაკვეთილია და იგი შეეხება მედიას. თუმცა ვიდრე უშუალოდ თემაზე გადავიდოდეთ, მოდით ერთად ვნახოთ გაკვეთილის გეგმა. დღევანდელი ჩვენი დღე დაიწყება მოკლე შესავლით. ამის შემდეგ შევისწავლით ახალ სიტყვებს, ხოლო შემდეგ კი წავიკითხავთ ტექსტს მედიის შესახებ. ამას მოჰყვება გრამატიკული სავარჯიშოების ზეცართავის სახელების წყობის შესახებ, ხოლო შემდეგ კი მოკლედ შევაჯამებთ გაკვეთილს და დავასრულებთ ყველასათვის საყვარელი საშინაო დავალებით. მოდით დავიწყოთ. Let's get started.
Let's begin.
Carter, can you look at the billboard and describe it?
Yes, Miss Sophie. It is very big, very bright, and very colorful.
You are right. Do you like it?
Not really. It's a little too big.
You are right. It's a bit scary, right?
Yes.
Mr. Carter, can you tell us if you know what this advert advertises?
I can guess. I think maybe clothing, or maybe television, or maybe some form of cosmetic?
Good guess. It is cosmetics. It's an advert of the perfume.
Our next activity is vocabulary.
როგორც კარტერმა თქვა, გაკვეთილის ამ ნაწილში შევისწავლით ახალ სიტყვებს.
Our first word is catchy. Catchy is an adjective.
Catchy in Georgian means ადვილად დასამახსოვრებელი.
Catchy in English means pleasing or easy to remember.
Mr. Carter, lots of adverts nowadays are quite catchy, right?
Definitely, Miss Sophie.
Catchy, ადვილად დასამახსოვრებელი. Catchy, ადვილად დასამახსოვრებელი. Catchy, ადვილად დასამახსოვრებელი. Our next word is colorful. Colorful is adjective and it means ფერადი.
Colorful in English is very easy to remember. It just means having lots of different colors.
Colorful, ფერადი. Colorful, ფერადი. One more time. Colorful, ფერადი.
Our next word is impressive. This is also an adjective. Miss Sophie, can you give us the definition of impressive in English and in Georgian?
Impressive in Georgian means შტამბეჭდავი. In English, it means something you like the most because it is very good, large, or shows great skill.
Thank you, Miss Sophie.
Impressive, შტამბეჭდავი. Impressive, შტამბეჭდავი. One more time.
Impressive.
შტამბეჭდავი.
Our next word is scary. It is also an adjective.
Scary in Georgian means sashishi.
Scary means making you feel frightened. Miss Sophie, do you like scary movies?
Not really, no. They make me really frightened.
I see. I love scary movies.
Scary, sashishi. Scary, sashishi. One more time.
Scary.
Sashishi.
Our next word is huge. Huge is also an adjective, and it means very big.
Very easy word to remember. Huge in Georgian means uzarmazari.
Miss Sophie, what can you think of that is huge?
Well, Mr. Carter, I remember we talked about billboard earlier. That was huge.
That was huge. That was a huge billboard.
Huge, uzarmazari. Huge, uzarmazari.
Huge.
uzarmazari.
Our next word is hilarious. Hilarious is an adjective and it means very funny.
Hilarious in Georgian means ძალიან სასაცილო. Carter, do you remember anything hilarious?
I think cartoons are hilarious. They
Yes.
always make me laugh.
You are right. Hilarious, ძალიან სასაცილო. Hilarious, ძალიან სასაცილო.
Hilarious.
ძალიან სასაცილო.
Now, let's move on to our vocabulary activity in which we will match the words with the best sentence that they fit.
ახლა კი გაკვეთილის ამ ნაწილში დროა შევამოწმოთ, რამდენად კარგად დაიმახსოვრეთ ახალი სიტყვები. ეკრანზე მოცემულია წინადადებები, რომლებშიც გამოტოვებულია სიტყვები. მოდით ერთად მოვიფიქროთ, რომელი სიტყვა ერგება ყველაზე უკეთ მოცემულ წინადადებას. And our first sentence is, today's news about the earthquake was very... What do you think, Carter?
Well, Miss Sophie, I think this one is pretty easy. Earthquakes are not colorful, they're not catchy, they're not hilarious. They can be huge, but I think earthquakes are scary.
And we are absolutely right. It's scary. And our next sentence is...
Good adverts are always this.
Well, I think good adverts are not always hilarious.
Not always,
Not always huge either.
not always huge.
What do you think, Mr. Carter? What are left?
Well, adverts can be many things, Miss Sophie, but the best adverts are always catchy.
You are right, so it's easy to remember. I think, yes, we are right, it's catchy. Our next sentence reads, our project was a blank success. Everyone liked it. Mr. Carter, which word would fit the best?
Well, hilarious success does not fit.
No, not really.
Colorful success does not fit. I think the answer is huge.
Well done, it is huge. Our project was a huge success.
Our next sentence is, the Prime Minister's speech on TV was blank. She said many important things.
Let's ask our viewers what they think the answer is. Well, let's give them some hints. Prime Minister cannot really make hilarious speech. It won't be serious.
No.
Colorful speech? Well, it does not fit either.
No.
I think the answer here is...
Impressive.
And we are right. Our next sentence is, we laughed a lot at the cartoon. All the characters were...
Well, Miss Sophie, cartoon characters are very colorful, but that does not make you laugh. It must be hilarious.
Because hilarious is something that makes you laugh.
It's very funny.
And we are right again. And our next sentence reads, children love blank animations. Well, Mr. Carter, I think the answer here is quite obvious.
I think so too, Miss Sophie.
Yes, children love colorful animations, don't they?
They absolutely do. Now, let's move on to our second set of vocabulary related to the reading.
გაკვეთილის ამ ნაწილში შევისწავლით ახალ სიტყვებს, რომელიც უშუალოდ ტექსტიდან არის ამოკრეფილი.
Our next word is prime time. It is a noun. Miss Sophie, can you tell us what it means in Georgian?
Prime time in Georgian means საუკეთესო საეთერო დრო.
And in English, it means the time when the largest number of people are watching television.
Prime time საუკეთესო საეთერო დრო. Prime time, საუკეთესო საეთერო დრო. Prime time, საუკეთესო საეთერო დრო. Our next word is anchor. Anchor is a noun and it means წამყვანი.
Anchor in English means someone who reports the news.
Mr. Carter, are we anchors?
No, Miss Sophie, we are not. We might look like anchors, but anchors only work for the news. We are hosts.
You are absolutely right, Mr. Carter. Let's look at our next word, which is editor. Editor is a noun and it means redaktori.
An editor is a person who checks and changes a piece of writing before it is printed or published.
Editor, redaktori. Editor, redaktori. Editor, redaktori.
Our next word is tabloid. Tabloid is a noun.
Tabloid in Georgian means მცირე ფორმატიანი გაზეთი.
A tabloid is a type of newspaper that has small pages and many pictures about famous people.
Tabloid მცირე ფორმატიანი გაზეთი. Tabloid მცირე ფორმატიანი გაზეთი. Tabloid მცირე ფორმატიანი გაზეთი. Our next word is gossip.
Gossip is a noun and it means conversations or reports about other people's private lives. Gossip might be unkind or disproving. Gossip is not a positive thing.
Definitely not. Gossip, ჭორი. Gossip, ჭორი. Let's try it together.
Gossip,
ჭორი.
Now, let's move on to our vocabulary activity, in which we will match the words with the proper sentences.
როგორც კარტერმა თქვა, გაკვეთილის ამ ნაწილში შევამოწმებთ რამდენად კარგად დაიმახსოვრეთ ახალი სიტყვები. ეკრანზე მოცემულია წინადადებები გამოტოვებული სიტყვებით. მოდით ერთად ვნახოთ, რომელი სიტყვა შეესაბამება გამოტოვებულ ადგილებს.
Our first sentence is, TV commercials are very expensive during.
Well, we have during here, so I think it needs to be something related to time.
You are absolutely right, Miss Sophie. And what words do we have related to time?
I think the only word we have about time is prime time.
Pretty obvious answer.
Our next sentence reads, the blank felt nervous as it was her first show. Mr. Carter, do you think editor might feel nervous?
I don't think so, Miss Sophie.
And you are absolutely right, Mr. Carter. Editor will not be an answer for this one, but we know for sure that we need someone who is person.
Exactly.
And another word that signifies person is anchor. Yes, the answer is anchor.
Our next sentence is, the blank will make the final changes to an article. So we know we need a person, and I think we only have one person left.
You are absolutely right. At the same time, we know that editors are the people who make final changes to make writing better.
Very right, Miss Sophie.
Our next sentence reads, blank is often thought to be less serious than other newspapers. Well, we have two options left, tabloid and gossip. Which one do you think is the appropriate one?
Well, Miss Sophie, I don't think gossip, because that is not a form of writing. Tabloids are newspapers or magazines. So tabloid is often thought to be less serious than other newspapers.
And you are absolutely right, Mr. Carter. Let's have a look at the next sentence. Bad blank can hurt your reputation. Well, I think the answer is quite obvious here. However, let's refer to gossip and the definition of gossip.
Right. Gossip is talking about people in unkind and unproven ways that can only hurt reputations.
This is why gossip is the best answer here.
Now, let's move on to our reading activity.
მოდით გადავიდეთ კითხვის დავალებაზე. In today's world, it is almost impossible to escape from advertising. Media plays a role in everyone's life. From seeing thousands of huge, colorful billboards about clothing or food to looking at photos of celebrities taken by paparazzi in small magazines called tabloids. These magazines have lots of gossip about famous people.
But not all media is bad. Academic journals are a good source of knowledge, from politics to art to science to society. These journals contain many different kinds of information. These articles are also checked by editors, which makes good quality, and they have very little adverts.
The main way most people see adverts is on television. Most people watch television in the evening for news or to relax after work. This time period is called prime time because it is when most people watch television. Also, during this time you will see many commercials.
When you watch the news, the person who presents the stories in the broadcast is known as the anchor. Their job might look easy, but that is only because they are experienced reporters. These people provide updates about emergencies in the world around us. Now, let's move on to our reading activity in which we will determine if a sentence is true or false based on what we read.
როგორც კარტერმა თქვა, გაკვეთილის ამ ნაწილში შევამოწმებთ თუ რამდენად კარგად გაიგეთ ტექსტი. ამისთვის ეკრანზე მოცემულია წინადადებები. ერთად განვსაზღვროთ, რამდენად შეესაბამება წინადადებები ტექსტს. თუ წინადადება შეესაბამება ტექსტს, ამ შემთხვევაში ვამბობთ true, ხოლო თუ წინადადება არ შეესაბამება ტექსტს, ამ შემთხვევაში ვამბობთ false. And our first sentence is, tabloids are high-quality journals. Mr. Carter, do you remember anything from the text about tabloids?
I definitely do, Miss Sophie. Tabloids often contain gossip about other people, so I don't think they're high-quality journals.
You are absolutely right. These magazines, the tabloids, have lots of gossip about famous people. Therefore, this sentence is
False.
Our next sentence reads,
There are no commercials during prime time. Miss Sophie, what do you think about this?
I think, Mr. Carter, prime time is the most important part of the television because a lot of people watch television at that time. I think this period is quite full of commercials.
I think so too. So this must be false.
Our next sentence reads, journals provide high-quality articles. Mr. Carter, do you remember we had something about editors in the journals?
I do, Miss Sophie, because editors check the writing and make sure it is of good quality. Therefore, this must be true.
You are absolutely right again, Mr. Carter. Now, our next sentence reads,
Anchors edit the article which appear in the newspapers.
well, do you remember we had something about anchors, right? Let's refer to the text. When you watch the news, the person who presents the stories in the broadcast is known as the anchors. It does not say anything about the article or editing the article. The person who does that is editor. Therefore, this sentence is
False.
It's false.
Now, let's move on to grammar, in which we will discuss the proper order of adjectives.
გაიგეთ კარტერმა რა თქვა? გაკვეთილის ამ ნაწილში ჩვენ გადავდივართ გრამატიკაზე, სადაც განვიხილავთ ზედსართავის სახელების წყობის წესს ინგლისურ ენაში. Let's start.
Our example sentence reads, There are thousands of huge, colorful billboards in New York City.
Mr. Carter, can I say there are colorful thousands of huge billboards in New York City?
You can, Miss Sophie, but it would be wrong.
ინგლისურ ენაში ზეცართავს სახელებს თავისი წყობის წესი აქვს. ამის შესახებ კარტერი უფრო დაწვრილებით მოგახსენებთ.
So, when we have two or more adjectives, they should follow a fixed order. The first is quantity, how many. The second is opinion. The third, size. The fourth, physical quality. The fifth, shape. Six, age. Seventh, color. 8, origin or where it is from. 9, material or what it is made of. And 10, type. The example sentence is, she is a brilliant, strong, young anchor. She is brilliant. Brilliant is opinion. Strong. Strong is physical quality. And young, which is age. Now, let's move on to our activity, where we will put the adjectives in the right order.
გაკვეთილის ამ ნაწილში ჩვენ შევამოწმებთ, რამდენად კარგად გაიგეთ ზეცართავის სახელების წყობის წესები. მოდით დავიწყოთ. Our first sentence reads, he has colorful, old, interesting magazines. Mr. Carter, can you give us the right answer?
I can, Miss Sophie. So, the answer is he has interesting, old, colorful magazines. Interesting, opinion. Old, age, colorful, type.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. Let's look at our next word. The anchor wore an silk, amazing, short dress.
So, the anchor wore an amazing, short, silk dress. Amazing, opinion, short, size, silk, material.
Very good, Mr. Carter. Our next sentence reads, the TV station has new, oval, 2 studios.
The TV station has 2, quantity, oval, shape, new, age, studios.
Let's look at our next and the last sentence. The media company has modern, several, huge buildings. Mr. Carter, can you please give us the right answer?
I definitely can, Miss Sophie. The media company has several, quantity, huge, size, modern, type buildings.
Well done. And it's time to summarize.
First, today we talked about vocabulary related with media.
After that, we had a reading about media where we discussed some of the important roles in the media, like who is anchor, what is an editor's job, and what is prime time.
Exactly, Miss Sophie. After that, we had our grammar activity where we discussed adjective order.
That's right. And after that, we will have homework. მოდით მოკლედ შევაჯამოთ დღევანდელი დღე. ჩვენ შევისწავლეთ ახალი სიტყვები, ჩვენ ვისაუბრეთ მედიაზე, ვისაუბრეთ რეკლამებზე, შემდეგ კი გავეცანით ზეცართავის სახელების წყობის წესს. ახლა კი დროა გადავიდეთ საშინაო დავალებაზე.
For your homework, we would like you to write one paragraph in which you describe your favorite TV series. Please say why you like it.
When you will be writing, you can use this template as a model, but please do not copy. We know you can do way better than that. You can upload your homework on the address given on the screen.
And for next time, we will be discussing business.
Very exciting. Hope to see you next time. Bye.